Hey, thanks for dropping in. It's been a while, eh? I won't bore you with an explanation on why that is, except to say that it's been a really bonkers busy last 6 weeks or so for my family. Honestly, it's nice to get back to the relative sanity of YouTube video creation. That said, let's cook something. Alright, the dish we're making today I like to call salmon Florentine. Florentine because it contains spinach, really. It's somewhat similar to a recipe I posted for easy chicken Florentine way back when this channel first started. Links in the corner if you want to check it out. Except this recipe is actually even easier. In fact, this is all the prep we need to do. We can go onto the stove. We'll start by frying these beautiful wild-caught salmon fillets in a hot pan. To make sure our pan is hot enough, we'll dribble in a little water. If the pan's the right temperature, the water will beat up on the surface and skip around like a water bug. Just like that. Now we can add in a little glug of veg oil. Maybe a bit more, and give it about 10 seconds to heat up. Our pan and oil are ready. We'll carefully lay in our salmon, skin side down. I leave the skin on because it provides a little extra layer of protection between the meat and the hot pan surface. Especially important because wild salmon isn't nearly as fatty as farmed. We won't actually serve it with the skin though. We'll reserve that as a crispy treat for the cook. The skin side's already been seasoned with salt and pepper. We'll do the same to the flesh side. It's been about 3 minutes. Our salmon should be ready to flip. Because we preheated our pan properly, we shouldn't have any problems with stickage. We don't actually want to cook the fish completely, because it will finish poaching in the sauce. So 2 to 3 minutes max on this side. Okay, part 1 of this recipe is done. We'll pull out the salmon and set it aside. We'll also drain out that fry oil, because we want to replace it with fresh olive oil. Then it's in with a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. We'll work that in and let it dry out a bit. The tomato paste is starting to stick to the pan, so I know it's time to add our garlic. This pan's a little hotter than I thought, so we'll deglaze with a splash of water before everything burns. Maybe a bit more water. Now it's time for the herbage. I'm using dried oregano, but dried parsley, dried thyme, marjoram, tarragon, they'd work also, whatever your preference. And now for the cream. I've also turned the heat down to low. We can't forget some basic seasoning. And finally, a taste. That's pretty good. I'll turn the heat down to absolute minimum and let this simmer gently a few minutes so the flavors can come together. While we wait, let's peel the skin off our salmon. It's not hard to do. We just have to pick an edge, get a little tab going like we're peeling a sticker, then kind of ease it off in one piece. The skin's not as crispy as I'd hoped. The darker upper half is nice and crisp, but the belly skin is a little flabby. That's alright, I'll crisp it some more in another pan. Okay, back to the sauce. To finish it, we'll add our baby spinach. Don't worry if it looks like too much, because it's not. It'll wilt down to next to nothing. And now the salmon fillets. They go right on top. We'll clap on the lid and turn off the stove. The residual heat in the pan will be more than enough to cook down the spinach and finish the salmon. We'll leave this alone for about 10 minutes, which will give me a chance to get a head start on the cleanup. I'll see you again when it's ready. And here it is, looking amazing. Our salmon Florentine. Perfectly cooked salmon in a rich, creamy, velvety, subtly tomatoey sauce spiked with tender leaves of baby spinach. This dish is so easy, yet yields so much bang for the buck. It's going to pair great with some nice buttery egg noodles. Let's do the flyby. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions or comments, those are always welcome, so drop them below. I'll see you next time.